weekly outlook on the DXY, Euro, GBP, Euro GBP, Euro USD, GBP USD, US10, and look into some cryptos and indices as well. So start off with DXY first. I'll go over the economic calendar. On Monday we have no news, so it's best to just leave Monday, let it pass, because Tuesday we have CPI and PPI. So I expect expansion to start off from Tuesday. So whatever direction we're aiming to target, or whatever our bias is saying, I would expect Tuesday to start that bias or start heading towards that direction. Wednesday, no news, so could be a potential continuation move caught on Wednesday if Tuesday expands towards a certain direction and obviously gives us displacement. Thursday would be probably a no trade day, or I don't know, just because there's a lot of news, and then we have Powell as well. So after the huge expansion on Tuesday, we could be a bit lackluster for these last 2 days, but we'll see. As for DXY on the higher time frame, so on the higher time frame, very high time frame. So I'm just going off of the yearly time frame. We traded into a yearly fair value gap, and after we've been consolidating, stuck in this range, we haven't really swept either side. We've just been going sideways. From end of last year, we swept one direction and then we went the other way. Now currently this monthly candle isn't really giving us much to work off of. There's been no sweeps, it's just stuck inside of this candle. One thing I'm wary about is this breaker block, so the last couple down candles before a move up, before coming back down. So that's one area to be wary about. But as of expectations for next week, marking out this, so the premium of this range hasn't been met yet. We're very close. If we go for this range, then obviously we have reached the premium, but doesn't really matter, one or the other. It doesn't really matter. We could get either a sweep of previous week high into this weekly fair value gap and then displace lower, and obviously go for these lows, and they look a bit like this on the 4 hour. Or what can happen is, because we traded into the yearly fair value gap, and then to me personally, this looks like accumulation, manipulation lower into this order block, displacement higher, and then another round of accumulation, manipulation lower, and then we displace higher. So I got two scenarios mapped out. Because of the way the weekly's closed as well and the monthly's looking, it's very hard to predict how the next week's candle will close. But there's a couple scenarios which could play out. So one is up here and work lower, or because we're going off of a yearly fair value gap and we're still not at the premium of this range, we can one sec, we can trade lower. There's a little fair value gap in here. Trade lower, but this is a mitigation block. Trade lower and then maybe trade higher. So there's a couple scenarios right now. I don't really know what I want to bet on. This is very hard because, as you can see as well, we've just been stepping down for so long. So a continuation lower could still be possible, but I'm just wary about it because of this yearly fair value gap. Also, besides the yearly fair value gap, we also that was also in a discount of this range, of this yearly range. So I don't know. If I was to pick one, I can't really at the moment. I'll need to let some candles print. So I'll let Monday go. Tuesday should most likely clear up some of the picture. We might be able to catch a little bit of the move, even though it might not. We still might not have a full weekly bias, but we'd at least know where the daily might be heading or the 4 hours. So we might be able to catch a little bit of the move there. But as of now, predicting where the markets are going is a bit difficult. I'd sly one a bit higher, but obviously from what I'm seeing and what this looks like, it looks like we should go lower. But because of the high time frame PD arrays we've met and just the narrative, and also looking at US10 over here, which is looking like it's just going to be rallying higher for now. Because obviously we had it trade into this order block and then reject off. Obviously this candle was just ugly, it was just up and down, but we rejected off, and then this the weekly candles and this monthly candle right now, the way it's looking is looking like we're targeting the previous month's high. This is wrong. Previous month high. Also, another thing I want to note out is it seems like we're coming off of an AMD, so accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and then this is the second leg of the distribution that should take us higher. So if I'm betting, I'm clearer on US10 than I am on DXY, but if US10 is looking bullish and is actually expanding higher, it should sort of tell us that DXY might be heading higher as well. Might not be all the way up here, but for the time being, it might rebalance this. It might come up to here. You never know. There's a lot of scenarios that could play out. There is also this monthly fair value, but that's a while away. But still, going off of the US10, I sort of want to bet higher, but we'll see. As for Euro GBP, again, Euro GBP, I want to go higher as well. Just because of obviously the Euro GBP chart is really ugly. Like the monthlies are just horrible. But we've expanded higher. We've left these PD arrays. So I do expect from one point in this range, maybe we'll come mitigate this daily fair value gap. But at one point from this range, I do expect Euro GBP to trade higher. If DXY is trading higher, then GU might be the pair to go with. The way GU is set up at the moment, had a sweep of its, I think, previous year's high. Obviously right now with the way we've closed here, it's not really indicating higher, but the way we've rejected off for the daily fair value gap, it looks like we could go higher. But again, this all depends on how DXY moves. Going on to the crypto, Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin all-time high is imminent. It's for sure in reach. This fair value gap. So before this week, I was anticipating. To be fair, even this week I was anticipating price to come a bit lower and go higher, but we just broke away higher. As for targets after all-time high, projections. Like honestly, from here, if Bitcoin wants to break higher, we just really got to look at the whole numbers. So right now we took 110. So 110 is basically the all-time high. Look at 115, 120. Could even go higher for projection like 180, but that's the extreme. But as of now, all-time high is definitely in reach. 115, 120 is definitely in reach. Bitcoin dominance is showing a bit of weakness. We might find a bit of support here, but we've displaced pretty nicely here after sweeping this high. But this could easily go higher off of this. But yeah, Bitcoin dominance. I mean, Bitcoin we're definitely going higher, so the alt should follow after money starts flowing out of Bitcoin. So potentially after we've reached some new all-time highs, alts will start pumping. As for indices, I'm betting on higher. So obviously we had a huge we traded lower, a huge candle coming lower over here. So this week was just a full tank, and then we found some resistance. If we look at this here, so we see the discount. We came into discount into fair value gaps, and we're trading higher. S&P, this previous month high is intact. We should be aiming for that. Nas is currently trading inside of it, but what I do expect from here is, yeah, probably just trading higher. I did have this marked out, so I did sort of expect this FOMC to push it lower to here and trade higher, but we just went off of a liquidity sweep. Sort of looks like this, and yeah, so yeah, indices I'm betting higher as well. Might find some resistance at the monthly fair value gap, but we'll see from there as well.